coming in from the passenger side. We're going to take this panel off. It may have some other clip on that, but this one is missing. So you can pull it off from here. It pulls down. Has them 3 clips. So once you have that out of the way, there's an identical one of them on the driver's side that needs to come down as well. Same gig, just pull it off. The 3 clips there and the one at the back. Then you need to pull this back. So this just pulls off. And that'll pull all the way across and give you access to this part. So again, has clips all the way around here. There might be 1 or 2 of them still stuck in it. And missing, might have been done previously. So basically pull that off, that's easy access. And we're going to come down here and we are going to remove this 20 Torex. With that removed, we're just going to pull this back a bit. Got it out one hand. So we'll open, and we'll just open up enough space here, and you will have to get a small 20 Torex and remove that screw in there. You don't have to remove it fully. If you do a little hack, I'll show you in a minute, but you might as well remove it all the way out, but I'll show you in 1 second. So then we need to remove this one bolt here, or sorry, clip. And once you have that down, that's what the clip looks like, and then that will just pull off the vent. That's the only thing holding it up. We can lay that aside. Then we are going to remove the 2 14 nuts, that one there, and this one. So if you can see, that little piece of plastic here stops the nut from coming out, and so does that screw that we partially removed or fully removed. So I actually got the snips up there and cut that little piece of plastic, just a tiny bit off it, just so I didn't have to take the glove box out. A little bit of a hack, but it is what it is. So then we're going to undo another 2 13 bolts there, and once they're removed, one there, one here and one there, you can remove this then. So it's just 2 13s at the top, 2 at the bottom. Now you've got full access to the heater core. Without removing the whole dash panel, you can just pull this part back to get it out. And then we have a 20 Torex here and another 20 Torex in there. So once you have them 2 removed, I'll have to come back to you because I need my 2 hands there. So we just want to pull the tab off, so I'll just pull off. But just be cautious that this little tab here has to be bent out. Hard to see there, but there is a focus. You can see it in there, see the little tab? So right in the middle. So that has to be kind of pulled up or bent up. You can kind of bend it up like out of the way and then pulled off. So if you're struggling with it, that tab fits into the little groove that's here. So to get it off, you just need to kind of pull that part back and then pry it off. Pretty easy with 2 hands. And then we're going to release the 2 pipes. So they can be fairly tight. So if you are going to pry them with like something like this, try to give them a wiggle first. You might want to leave them screws in so you can get a bit more to pry off, like. So give it a little wiggle and then try not damage this part here. You can see it's like, you don't want to damage anything, any of the alloy. And then you can just pull that one off, and there's loads of room to get it out then. So we're going to throw a little rag down there so you don't lose. And then that's it, you can pull it out. And you can kind of see some of the scale and stuff like that in there. It's actually not that bad. Right. So this core was leaking. You can kind of see it there, and it was fairly scaled up inside. There was a bit of rubbish in there. So we're going to fit the new core in. Just on these ones here, we got new O-rings with the new heater core. Just clean around this part. You'll see a lot. Sometimes you get bits of the old gasket, the old O-ring stuck to it, and bits of scale and stuff like that. Same on that one. You can see it. I also found from doing a few of these on other brands that if you put a bit of rubber grease on the O-ring, it's easier to slide in. So this is a reverse. Also have a quick look in the box there, make sure there's no leaves or any other debris that's fallen past the pollen filter in there, and you can clear it out now, you know. So this one came with new clips as well, so just make sure the little tab, the locking tab, is in the ridge. So you can see the ridge there. Just make sure that tab is, and it's pushed all the way home, both sides. So this actually came with new clips, and then just rebuild it all. I'll show you the next step. So first thing, you're going to come in from the passenger side underneath, and we're going to get this clip here. You can see it there. Open that and pull this radiator hose off, and we're going to drop the original coolant out into a bucket and recycle it. And then we are going to fill it with water and put flush in it and run it, and then we're going to drop that flush out and put proper coolant in. So give us 1 second, I'll pull this off. So with the rad hose off, you're going to pour some distilled water in here, flush it all out. So I just have a drip in there now. It's looking pretty good. I disposed of all the coolant into our recycling facility. You don't want to let this stuff go on the ground or anything like that. So just to recap, you're going to leave the bottom rad hose off, flush out all the original coolant, pump some water through here, 10, 15, 20 litres, whatever you feel like, and then we're going to fill it up with water. We're going to add something like coolant flush, any brand, doesn't matter. And we're going to run the engine for, like, get up to operating temperature, run it as described on the coolant flush bottle, 10 minutes or whatever. And then we're going to drop that out and do the same again. So once we have it all out, it should be clean enough to put new coolant in then. So you do this before you change the rad. Also need this little cap back here off. Take that off to bleed the coolant out. Otherwise you won't get any, it won't bleed properly. I'll show you that in the next video. There you go. With all your new coolant in and you're running up to temperature, just make sure there's no leaks here on both sides. If you do want to leave some of this stuff off and then check it, more than welcome, but you can kind of see them there anyway, nothing's leaking, so then you can pop your last cover on.